So over the next few days, I'm going to be making 40 mugs. I'm going to be doing 3 designs on them. Some of them will have slugs, some of them will have slug handles, and some of them will have mushroom handles. This is all in preparation for Capital Art and Wine, which is a really big show in the Santa Cruz area. This is my first year doing it and I'm really excited, and from what I hear from other artists in town is that it's really busy and you can make a lot of sales. So I want to have a lot of inventory and I have a big list of things that I want to make and I'm doing it now. People ask me a lot if I get bored throwing the same thing over and over and over again, and sometimes I do. Usually I sit down and I throw 24 mugs. Today I'm throwing 40 and it does feel a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring, and by the end of the batch I'm kind of ready to be done with it. 12 of these I'm throwing with a different shape, which is really nice. I like to make the body of my mushroom handled mugs a little wavy and funky. It's one of my only mug designs that doesn't have the design element directly on the surface of the mug, so there's a little bit more room to experiment. And it makes sitting down to throw 40 mugs a lot more bearable because there's a little variation in what I'm doing. So I'm going to take you along with me. My crazy goal is to have all of these thrown, handled, and sculpted on ready to be bisqued in the next 2 days. I think I can do it. I'm feeling really available to be working long nights, and it'd just be really nice to get onto other things right at the beginning of next week. And the sun is just starting to come out, so I'll be able to put them in the sun and they can start drying and I can get to handling them and doing all the stuff today. I'm usually pretty skilled with carrying my wear boards, but I did have one casualty today, and I decided to make it into a little wall base for myself. I'm usually pretty anti-salvaging anything, especially if it's not been fired and I can recycle the clay. People always want me to save or fix any broken thing, but I make so many pieces so quickly that the extra time it takes to fix something doesn't really make sense for me, especially if I would still have to sell it at a discount. There's so much that can go wrong in the pottery process, and I truly believe that it's important for potters to develop non-attachment and find peace with throwing things out and starting fresh. This mug, though, fell in just the right way to make a little wall vase out of it, so I did, and I'm going to keep it for myself. Onto the mushroom handled mugs. I haven't made these babes in a while for kind of a silly reason. I really love them, but I've just had 2 from the last batch that I could not sell for like the last 6 months. I don't know if people didn't like them or if the glaze was bad, they were purple, or what, but they've been sticking around, and sometimes when I have pieces for a while and they're not selling, I start to hate them. But this last weekend I did a market in Monterey and I got so many compliments on them, and finally people bought them, so I decided that I don't hate this design and it was time to make some more. I've also definitely leveled up this design. I added some more textures at the bottom. They're like little frills and I want the mushroom to look like it was just pulled up out of the ground, and I do really love how they turned out, so I've decided that I love these mugs whether or not people buy them. This is the last of the banana slug mugs. I am so happy with how much I got done today. I did the mushroom handles on 12 mugs, and this is the 15th banana slug mug. So then tomorrow all I will have to do is do banana slug handles on 12 mugs. There's only 39 mugs now because I dropped one, but the title's still gonna say 40 mugs. I'm actually feeling in a really good place for inventory for Capitola Art and Wine. These are the last things that I'm gonna do before I do a bisque firing, and after that I think I'll have enough stuff for 2 glaze firings because I have some bisqueware on my shelves too. And I'm making a lot of plates right now, and that just takes up room in the kiln. Feels so good to be so ahead. I hate having to rush through stuff last minute and try and dry stuff quickly and get kiln loads fired quickly because I'm running behind. And it really feels like when my shows this fall come around, I'm going to be in a really good place inventory-wise. And it's only 10 p.m., so not too late of a night, and I'm gonna come in tomorrow morning and do the banana slug handled mugs. Day 2, it's about noon. I just got to the studio. I had such a great slow morning. I drew and walked at the beach, and now I have a burrito, so I am fueled and ready to go. I'm totally gonna finish all of the slug handled mugs today. So these slug handled mugs are a newer design for me, and when I work on a new design, there's definitely a learning period at the beginning where I'm figuring out how to put all the pieces together in the most time-effective way while also maintaining structural integrity and quality. I've gotten a lot quicker with these mugs, but something I tried this time was adding the texture to the underside and attaching the little skirt of the slug to the body before I shaped it into a handle and attached it to the mug. I'm usually not about doing any sort of detail work before I've attached something to the vessel because to make the attachment secure, there's a lot of smoothing and compression that needs to happen, and this usually smushes any details I've added. But it's so hard to do these things after the handle is bent and attached, and I actually found it a lot easier to fix the detailed parts that got smushed rather than to do all of the detail work after the attachment. Okay, that was 2 days of work, and I threw and sculpted on 40 mugs. Well, I threw 40 mugs, I dropped one, but I still sculpted on it, so it kind of counts. In a few days, I'm gonna put these into the kiln and bisque fire them, and then they'll get glazed. I have these mugs, and then I also have 85 other mugs that are going to go into the kiln or already bisqued that I'm going to be glazing. So check out my next video to see me do all of that. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in buying any of the work that you see me make here, you can go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. I restock my shop about once a month, and you'll get a little email reminder when I do that. Bye!